Hello, this is Spring 2019 CS61B Project 0, Astro World. The changes that we made for the extra credit were mostly graphics related. So to sum them up, we're modeling the trajectories of each planet using the same physics rules that we were using before, except it looks cooler now. We got rid of reliance on image files, so now all of the graphics are being generated dynamically according to the properties of the planets. And there's no image files needed, not even the background. And we added another customizable command line argument, which is a color theme. Okay, so the first part of how we did what we did is how to generate the line graphics that we used in our visualization. So in standard draw, there is a method called point, which by default draws a small, pretty much microscopic dot onto the screen. And when you use dot with differing radiuses, so if you set standard out dot pen radius to certain values that are higher than the default, then you'll get what looks like circles or like dots. So that's how we generated the lines that were in the graphics. Okay, and then one of the themes is called sicko mode, which is a bunch of random colors. Kind of looks exciting. And the way that we made sicko mode is by generating random colors. So the way that you generate a random color is you use the random.randint method, and if you generate a red, a green, and a blue value between 0 and 256 for each of those values, then you're able to pass R, G, and B, so that red, green, and blue value, into any color argument that you would with the standard draw class. And then you're able to generate random colors. So if you're generating 3 random values each time, then it's going to show up as a random color each time. And for 2 of the themes, so for the reds and the blues theme, we have to generate random colors within a particular range. So for reds, we wanted random red or warm toned colors, and then for blues, we wanted random cold toned colors. So the way you do that is by making one, so either red, green, or blue, not change. So that's pretty straightforward. So like for the reds, you would set the red value all the way to maximum, and then if the green and blue values within the color are varying, then you know that you'll get all shades that are reddish toned, like orange or pink. And the same thing goes with blue. You set blue all the way to its maximum value of 255, and that'll give you the blue tone color range. Okay, and then the next thing was creating the size or the radius of the stroke of the pen on the screen based on the instantaneous momentum of the planet. So the way that we model the trajectory is that at any point in time, the width of any particular planet's trajectory line is going to represent their momentum. So we calculated that based on the simple linear momentum formula, just mass times volume. And so the way we did that is by setting a maximum radius. So the maximum radius would be like 0.03 or something. And then we would calculate the average momentum of all of the planets at that particular moment in time. And then each planet's particular radius would be calculated by according to that ratio. So to maybe use like simple numbers to explain it, for example, if the average momentum at any particular time on the screen was 4, and a certain planet had a momentum of 2, and the maximum radius was, I don't know, like 6, then that planet would end up having a radius of 3 because they're half of the average. So using that, we just linearly calculated like relative radii for all of the planets so that they could be represented based on how much kinetic energy they were carrying at any time, so like linear momentum. And then the last part is accepting another command line argument. So this was pretty straightforward also. So this was, if you supply, since in the main method we're always by default passing a string array args, it was pretty simple to just add an extra element and parse an extra element of the string array args. Like before we had like 3 or 4 elements, and now we're parsing like 5 elements. That's like how we added that extra value. And that extra value is going to be a string, so it can either be blank, which in that case it'll default to sicko mode theme, or it can be reds, which it'll give you more warm toned colors, or it can be blue, which will give you cool toned colors. So that's the summary of all the changes we made, and now I'll show you the demo of what it looks like.